everybody, it's Matt Karma, founder of TBTC and author of the #1 best-selling book, The Secret to Self-Love. And in this video, what I'm going to be speaking about is the whole entire situation between Essena Oneill, her views on social media, and also the conflict that she's having with her friends or ex-friends, Nina and Randa. So, if you don't know the situation that is happening, then I'm not going to really talk about, in this video, I'm not going to talk about the whole entire topic and just regurgitating information that they just said. What I'm going to be giving you is a perspective that you can apply to your own life that's going to give you more happiness, more abundance, and high levels of consciousness as well. And I'll talk about that in a second. But if you don't know the situation, you probably won't understand much of this, or maybe you will. But I'm going to leave a link below, and I'm going to find someone who explains the situation that's happening really, really well. So in that way, you can have a base understanding of what I'm about to speak about and what I'm about to show you. Okay? So if you don't know, if you're sitting there going, who the heck, Matt? What? Essena Oneill? Who? What? What's happening? Then watch the video below. So in that way, you know the story. Cool? So what I want to talk about, actually before I actually talk about this, what I'd rather do is show you. Okay? Because when you see this amazing portrait that I personally did, it's amazing, isn't it? When you see this shape right here, right? Let me ask you a question. What shape do you see? I made this pretty simple. With this triangle right here, right? When you see this triangle, how many sides do you see to this triangle? Again, I made it really, really simple. There's 3 sides to a triangle. Everyone knows that. Now, some of you may be thinking, because I'm kind of psychic as well. I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty psychic. So what I know with your thoughts right now, you may be saying, well, Matt, I don't see a triangle. Well, let me put it up a little bit closer so that way you can see it. This triangle right here, right? Because I can see the triangle. I can see it. I know there's a triangle right here. When you see this triangle, how many sides do you... Some of you still may be questioning that there is no triangle. Well, when you see... Oh. You were seeing a circle. But I was seeing a triangle. Now some of you may be thinking, what is this black man talking about? Where is this video going? You're going to see in a second. Because what I want to talk about is that there are 2 sides to everything. Now I know that sounds so cliche, it's probably some shit that your parents told you as a kid, there are 2 sides to everything, right? Here's this person trying to give me some life advice. I already know this, Matt. But let me ask you a question. How do you know if you know something? Well, the way that you know if you know something, to me, is if you were doing it. If you're applying it to your own life. Now when you see certain situations, such as this situation between Essena Oneill, her views on social media, Essena Oneill, the conflict between these 2 girls over here, what do you see? What do you feel? Are you seeing one side? Or are you having the level of consciousness saying, there are 2 sides to everything? Now when I talk about this video, am I really going to be talking about this video? Am I really going to be talking about this topic? Or am I really going to be talking about your own life? What I'm really going to be talking about is not so much the situation. I want you to get the deeper meaning, that this isn't so much about the situation here, this is about you. This is all about benefiting you. Because when you think about social media, right, if I was to ask you, what's your views on social media? What would you say? Well, some of you may be watching this video and saying, well, Matt, when I see social media, when I think about social media, you know what it does? It takes away your level of presence in the world. It doesn't allow you to engage with people in real life. When I think about social media, it allows you to base your own self-worth on views, likes, comments, shares. Some of you may be seeing this situation and thinking about social media as, you know what? These people over here, these people are crazy. It doesn't allow you to compare yourself. It doesn't allow you to base your self-worth on these things. You see, when I think about social media, it is a way, not me, I'm talking about you, right? Some of you may be thinking that this is a way to, spread your message in the world. It's a way to inspire people. It's a way for you to help people better their lives, to grow themselves. It's a way to spread the message of veganism. It's a way to spread the message of what's happening in the environment due to people eating these sorts of foods. But what is the truth? Which one is right? Which one is wrong? Well, you see, what I would say is that there is no right, there is no wrong. There is no one way of seeing something. You see, I'm going to be talking about Essena Oneill and her views on social media in a second, but what I want you to understand in your own life is that when you see certain situations, when you go through certain experiences, are you just viewing it from one different angle? Or are you having a level of consciousness and saying that, whoa, okay, that was a weird one, whoa. When you see certain things, are you saying that, you know what, this could mean one thing or it could mean the other? You see, the meaning that you place upon things, the event that happened in your life and the meaning that you get from it, it isn't about the event that happens, it's about the meaning that you place upon it. Social media isn't bad, nor is it good. It just is what it is. It's about the individual to place their own judgment on things and say, well, no, it is bad or it is good. Or you can say to yourself, you know what actually outweighs the other? Do the positives outweigh the negatives, or do the negatives outweigh the positives? That's what someone who is intelligent would do. Now, if you're not doing that, I'm not saying that you're not intelligent. I'm sure that you're smart, right? So, if you see all these certain things, I want you to think about not just this event, but in things in your own life as well. That what do the positives outweigh the negatives? And then from that judgment, then you can make an intelligent decision. Because also when Essena making those videos, right, just deleting social media, you need to understand that she's in a very high emotional state. And when you know, I'm sure that you know, when you're in a high emotional state, you make decisions differently. And the decisions like in terms of actual actions or verbally as well. Because when you hear this, right, I'm going to show you a video in a second. I want you to notice the emotional states that Essena is in. So really quickly, watch this short video.
I have so many, this morning I have so many emails from people like, holy hell, there's 200,000 people actively viewing my site, like that's crazy.
Her just creating a new website, she's doing the same thing. It's still self-promotion. It's all about herself. It's all pictures of herself. If you look at her videos, it's literally all about, wow, 200,000 people saw my site. I thought we're not talking about numbers.
This message that likes, followers, views, that we're more than a number, it's going global.
And you saw that those girls there, Nina and Randa, right? You saw that she was saying, well, you know what, Essena Oneill, she's saying that she shouldn't be basing she didn't say that was pretty over dramatic. She was saying that you shouldn't be basing your own self-worth, she's saying that, where am I going with this? She was saying, right, let me take a deep breath. She was saying that here Essena is talking about all these numbers and it shouldn't be about numbers, but then here she is again saying that look at all these emails, look at all, she didn't say that, but look at all these people going to my site, 200,000 people actively going on my site. But here's what I want you to understand. When someone is in a high emotional state, they will say things they don't normally mean. They will do things they don't normally mean. You don't believe me? Have you ever been in an experience when you've just been so angry at someone and you said something that the very next day when you got into a neutral state, you're like, oh shit, did I just say that? Or did I just do that? High emotional states sometimes leads to a low intelligence. The reason why I just took a deep breath in just then, because what I believe is coming from a neutral place. The best way to come from a neutral place, sometimes just taking a big deep breath in, getting present in the moment. Because when you're in this pendulum swing, right, high emotional state, low intelligence state, when you're on either of these two angles, you would say things, you would do things. It's always good to come from a neutral place. And the reason why I wanted to show you that video is for that reason, to give you that advice, to always come from a neutral place. But also, remember that action doesn't always mean intention. You see, when these girls were saying that, if you haven't watched it yet, if you haven't watched the video about these two girls saying that, she was saying that, what if Essena is the one that's being faked? This is a hoax, they were saying, right? Well, that was their label of the YouTube video. But what you need to realize is that when Essena says that there's 200 people coming to my site, that action, that verbal action, it isn't always about the intention may be something different than what those two girls were saying. You see, Essena wasn't always saying, I don't know, how the hell was I supposed to know? Only Essena knows this, but when Essena said those things, maybe, what if she wasn't actually saying that because she was saying, yes, 200 people, 200,000 people coming to my site, look at me. What if the intention, again, action doesn't always mean intention. What if her intention was saying, yes, 200 people coming to my site. They're finally knowing this. They're finally getting to see that numbers doesn't always equal your own self-worth. What if she was actually saying, feeling that 200 people come to my site, I'm so grateful because this isn't about me, this is about this message right here. You see, when people give to charities, right? Some people say, well, this person's such a good person and they're giving to this charity, they just want to contribute. That isn't always the case. You see, some people, they give so they can feel significant from other people. Look at me, guys, and they'll publicly declare, I just gave all this money to this charity. That action, sometimes there is a different intention behind people's actions. Again, am I just talking about this situation? Or am I talking about events in your own life? So I just want to end on that. But I hope you got benefits from this video, and I want to know your thoughts on this video. I also want to know your thoughts on the situation as well. So whatever your thoughts are, no judgment. Whether you think it's right, whether you think it's wrong, whether you think I'm stupid, whether you think I'm willing to hear it. Cool? So leave a comment below if you haven't already. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to this channel, and until I see you in the next video, remember to love all living things, and most importantly, love thyself.